Hey guys, welcome to the Modern Dude Chat podcast. We're your hosts, Cody and Chuck. Stick around. We have a Texas-sized episode waiting.
On this episode, we're getting caught up on what went wrong in February. We got Texas loaded. We got music, beer, dumbass awards. We're talking about snow, independence, and Cody's got that all-important, serious question. Stay tuned. We're going to have some fun. This was a good episode. And with that, let's do it. Woo! We're back officially. Like, the shenanigans are behind us. Maybe
Something else might
at
come
least
up.
for this week. We're back.
Yeah. The podcast headquarters could get robbed, or it could burn down. You know.
Jeez,
I'm just saying it could be
a lot
worse.
of bad karma. We unintentionally pretty much took the month of February off. Although we didn't take it off because we showed up. This is the fourth time we showed up in a row.
Fourth or third?
This is the fourth time we showed up.
Oh, yeah,
but
yeah,
the
yeah.
first
Yeah.
time we've actually got to record. Because
Yeah.
if you didn't see my video, what happened was, I'll recap real quick.
Yeah. Got to.
So, the week after last episode, I think it was the Valentine's week, or maybe the week before. Either way, we showed up, and that's when the freeze started happening. Like, it was cold as balls in here.
Week prior.
And
yeah.
we were both wearing like two jackets. Like, it was already starting to ice over.
Yeah.
And that we did an episode, although right before we were both like, are we really like in podcast mode? And we were both kind of like, let's do it. So we did it. It just wasn't that good.
It was forced.
It was forced, and we were freezing in here, so
Yeah.
it showed. That episode might pop up as a YouTube special, like a lost, episode type thing. Because
Remind me real quick, drop like a hint or so that was a part of that episode. Do you remember?
actually, no, I don't.
Oh, I remember the beer. Okay.
We had trouble with the beer, which actually was pretty entertaining, but it was it didn't shed a good light on the beer.
We weren't prepared as usual. I don't know why anybody would be surprised by that.
Oh, it was about not being rich because all the Robin Hood stuff
Yeah.
didn't turn out.
Yeah.
And then so anyway, that episode might still turn up. We'll see.
Yeah.
And then the next week is when Snovid, the Snowmageddon happened.
Yeah.
Which we will talk about in this episode finally. And then
we didn't even show up for that one.
No.
We were like,
we were hunkered down.
Actually, I think I sent Chuck a text. I was like, "You're coming tonight, right?" He like laughed, and I was like, "Dude, I was totally kidding."
Yeah, that's when everyone started the power struggle and all that stuff. But and then last week is where the trouble really happened. We showed up, we prepped, we started our usual drinking prep, ran through the episode, all that good stuff. We bullshitted around until about it was a little after 11.
Yeah.
And then we started testing equipment to record, and that's when we realized that Chuck, normally I blame everything on Cody. I got to eat this one. I left the SD card at home, and I also have the backup SD card at home. And so, yeah, we realized that, and because of COVID regulations and all that.
And after turning my house upside down to find one.
Yeah, no. So
no
we flipped because we found out that like Walmart and all that, all because of COVID regulations.
Yeah.
Everything closed at 11, so we couldn't like run to Walmart.
Yep.
And get one. So about midnight, we just threw up the white flag and we hung out all night and didn't get to record anything.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
that's where we're here now. We got loads of cards.
Oh, yeah.
It ain't gonna happen again. I made sure I overcompensate. When I screw up, I overcompensate on the other end. Like, it's not gonna happen again.
Right. Yeah. No, we're covered on that.
But that's what happened. So we didn't mean to. It was an accident. It's because I was a dumbass, and we're back now. We're here.
Yeah.
It's not nothing. It's just
You can't
thing after thing after thing.
You can't take yourself too seriously. We obviously don't take this that seriously. So it didn't impact our lives. We were like, we forgot the card. I was like, whatever.
That's because you didn't do it. I didn't sleep for 4 days.
That's true.
No,
I would have been pissed about it if it would have been my own doing. But
yeah, that's what it is. It was my thing, so I couldn't laugh at all.
I could tell Chuck was so aggravated at himself and pissed. He immediately ordered 5 cards on the spot. And yeah, I could tell it was bothering you. And I tried to ease up.
I did. I sat here and I was like, no, I'm ordering.
It was
right
really,
now.
it was really bothering Chuck. I could tell, and I was just like, dude, don't worry about it. It's not that big of a deal. Whatever.
I mean, so yeah, 2021 has not started off smooth, and we'll get into that with the snow and all that. But yeah, so here we are.
We're
a
here.
lot of stuff has went on and happening. We're gonna try to get through most of it, but
yeah.
We gotta do what we do.
Always.
And what we do is drink beer and talk shit.
Yeah. Yeah.
So
we shoot the
it.
shit. Let's do it. So, little backstory real quick. I think we featured a beer from this place before. Pretty sure we have. This is one of my favorite joints. We went and had lunch. Me and my buddies had lunch at this place on Saturday in Texas, Garland, Texas. It's called Intrinsic Brewery and Smokehouse.
I may be getting mixed up. Is this the pizza place?
No.
Okay.
This is
when you said Intrinsic, that's what I thought.
Okay. This is barbecue and brewery. So the barbecue is fantastic. They brew their own beer, obviously. They're a little brewery as well in downtown Garland, Texas. It's called Intrinsic Brewery. Anyways, we went and had lunch. It was a great little time. My son was taking his driver's ed course, his final class portion of the driver's ed.
Good
so he was finishing that.
Putting him in actual driver's ed.
Yeah. No, initially we had talked about doing all the in-app stuff, and just he's not motivated by it, and I was just like, you know what, we finally were just like, you got to go do the in class.
I'm just in general, I'm an advocate of you go to driving school.
Yeah.
My wife was taught by her mother, and no one in that family can drive, and they'll hear this. It's nothing I haven't said to their face. They can't drive.
Yeah.
And when we're driving, to this day, I'll say something just about stuff on the road, if you took driving school and you remember anything from it, you know that white lines are one ways, yellows are two ways.
Yeah.
So I just mentioned something like that. She goes, "Oh no, that's not true." I'm like, "Yeah, that's why. The roads, everything, signage, colors are all there for a reason, and you learn that in driving school. You don't learn that driving around with your parents."
Yeah.
So anyway, I'm an advocate of driving school, so I'm proud of you.
Yeah. We put him in. He passed the test, got his permit. So now it just comes down to getting driving hours in. So he's on his way. It's really weird, but
can I chime in though?
Yeah. Go ahead.
Because last week, which is a bummer now because that was my birthday.
Yeah.
And all that happened on my birthday. So what a way to cap it off. Your birthday's this week.
It is, yes.
We took driving school together.
Did we?
Yes.
We did, didn't we?
Damn, that's a
holy crap.
Cody made it memorable for me because when we first started driving, for whatever reason, Cody drove with both feet. He started driving because I thought it was so funny.
Well, you want to know why? Because my car had already been bought. And it sat out in front of my house for almost a year, and I had already secretly been driving it.
Well,
and it was a stick shift, so I had to use both feet when I drove because I had one foot on the clutch and one foot on the gas.
But we had an automatic to learn from. So Cody would have the left foot on the brake and the right foot on the gas.
Holy crap!
And that's how he would drive in driving school, and it would trip me out every time.
Yeah, I was used to driving that clutch car already.
I knew why, but it was just funny because the instructor would just get on his ass about it.
Dude, both feet.
Well, in my driving, in the test version,
yeah,
I remember when I did my actual driving test to be done. It's your instructor. You listen to him.
Yeah.
So he was like, "All right, you're done. You passed." I was like, "Awesome." And then he said, "Well, turn left here." put on my blinker, started turning left, and he pulled the e-brake on me and said, "That's a one-way street. You're going the wrong way. You can fail." And I was like, "But you told me to. You're the teacher."
Right.
He's like, "Yeah, good point. I'm just kidding. You passed." So those are the two things I distinctly remember from driving school. Is Cody drove with 2 feet,
Dude.
and I almost failed my driving test because my instructor tried to trick me after the test was over. And I said, "But you're the teacher. I listened to you."
Lame excuse though, Chuck.
It worked.
It did.
I don't think he was really going to fail me, but
No,
that was
no.
my immediate defense. Was you told me to?
You told me to.
You're the boss.
I like that he pulled the e-brake on you. That's funny.
Oh yeah.
But yeah,
Dramatic.
the past 4 Saturdays he's been doing that. So it goes for like 4 hours. So I had this gap where I would either go like bourbon hunting or I would hit some dudes up and be like, "Hey, let's go have lunch or something or some beers," while my son's at driver's ed.
What a great reason.
So anyways, he finished. We went Saturday and we went to Intrinsic, and I picked up a 4-pack when I headed out. So I brought one with us tonight, Chuck. We've got Intrinsic Brewery, Smokehouse and Brewery in Garland, Texas. Again, this is the Death by Tigers, and this is literally a play on our old friend.
I saw a tiger. Now I understand.
Oh yeah, Carol
I
Baskin.
saw a tiger, and tiger saw a man.
And that's great, Chuck.
Thanks.
He actually
I'll never get tired of that.
he
song,
actually
by the way.
resides here in Texas right now.
Yeah,
You
he's
mentioned that earlier.
he's one of our famous Texas residents currently.
Over there at that Fort Worth.
On lockdown in Fort Worth.
Is it a penitentiary or is it just a prison?
As my sister-in-law, the queen of MDC, says, it's a penitentiary.
Penitentiary.
Yeah.
But this is Death by Tigers.
That one.
And the funny thing is when they came out with this, they served it with a I think they called it a baskin full of fries. Like a little basket full of fries.
Nice.
So
Smothered in ketchup.
yeah. So this is a play on Tiger King, obviously, Death by Tigers. It is a double hazy pale ale, and it comes in at 7.3% alcohol by volume. As you can tell in my voice, I wasn't really sure on that, but I'm going to look at it. Yeah.
You got to lead with confidence.
7.3% ABV.
Hell
it is
yeah.
a hazy, double hazy pale ale. Again, one more time, by Intrinsic Brewing out of Garland, Texas, Smokehouse and Brewery. Highly recommend stopping in there if you're local or you're even traveling in and around that area. Definitely a destination type spot. So
This will be
go check it out.
interesting because if you're on YouTube, I don't know if you can see it or not,
Yeah.
but I'm sipping on a beer that's different than this.
Yeah.
But it is a hazy double IPA.
Yeah, so that's an IPA, and this is a pale ale. So
I missed that part.
yeah,
I got the double hazy.
yeah.
So I'm literally about to compare a hazy double IPA
To
and
a
a
double hazy.
pale ale.
Yeah.
It's about to get wild.
IPA and pale ale are different in taste for sure. It's not as bitter. So
Well, I zoned out when you said double hazy, and that's when I was like, wait a second, I got one of those in my hand. But it's an IPA versus pale ale.
and it doesn't list the IBUs on the can or on Untapped. So
It's a 0.
I couldn't tell you. But yeah, technically it's a 0. But it shouldn't be as bitter as that one, Chuck, that you're drinking now. So
Well, this is from the failed episode.
time out. Did everybody just hear that? Chuck is just over there nonchalant drinking a double hazy IPA. That's crazy. You've come a long way, Chuck.
Yeah.
You've come a long way.
Well, this was from we're featuring this one from Intrinsic.
Yeah.
The one I'm drinking now is from the failed episode that may or may not end up on YouTube
True.
one day.
Yeah. Yeah.
Great
beer.
And it was good. So you had some left. I said, hey, can I have one of these?
Yeah.
And this one's like 8%?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, 8.5. So I was like, that'll get me lit before. That'll get me on
Get
my
you
way.
going.
Yeah. So yeah, I on my own accord chose a double IPA.
Nice. So this will be interesting. I can't wait to hear
I'm
your.
kind of excited for the just happened. I didn't even realize that till you said that. That's why I was on.
Yeah.
Pale ale versus IPA here.
Yeah.
But
Double hazy. Let's see.
It's a street fight. Unprompted.
Crack this guy open.
Schoolyard brawl.
This is This is a tall boy, Chuck. It's 16 ounce. We're gonna share it, so I'm gonna pour a little bit.
I love when I get to share with you.
Start this off, and let Chuck finish. Actually,
it's hard for me to get around my mic.
Here you go. Go ahead.
There we go.
We'll
Perfect.
swap it out. This will be interesting. I'm
Actually, I'm gonna get my one last sip of this.
interested to hear your thoughts on it versus the IPA. Yeah, Death by Tigers. Shout out to Intrinsic. Barbecue is delish. All right, ready? Let's do it.
Cheers to being on the other side of the blizzard.
Cheers. What do you think?
It's interesting. The smell threw me off. I sniffed it.
It's fruity.
Yeah, it almost smelled like some kind of orange juice. It's kind of what I felt like.
Or maybe even some pineapple in there too.
Maybe that's what it was.
Kind of tasting.
I don't know.
I feel like I'm tasting pineapple and orange.
But it's a lot. It's smoother. It's easier to drink than an IPA.
Not as bitter.
Right. And this is colder, which makes it better. So
yeah.
mine got warmed up a little bit.
It's
This is good.
Good stuff. Always.
Would I now? Did this come in 4s or 6s?
4-pack.
I'd probably split a 4-pack with somebody.
Okay. Yeah.
But I wouldn't like turn it down or nothing. Like if you had one and say, hey, one of these, yeah, I'd take it. It's good. It's good.
I like it. It was one of my favorites that I had tried at the brewery this weekend. So, they make a ton of great beers. Like I said, destination spot. Chuck, what would you rate this one?
Well, we were done with ratings.
We're done?
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't want to rate them no more.
Okay.
I mean,
well, you heard it, folks.
I'd be a 7-8 if I had to.
Okay, this is 4 stars over here out of 5.
So it's 8.
Roughly. Yeah. Yeah.
So.
But yeah, good beer. Intrinsic. Smokehouse and Brewery.
Nice.
All right, Chuck. You know what follows. Always. You know.
Blackouts.
Rolling blackouts.
No, man, we got music. We always got music with our drinking.
That's tasty, man. It's really fruity. Yeah, you know how we do. So this week, Chuck, you were kind of up on this more than I was.
I know.
I saw it. I saw it floating around.
Hey, all you cool kids!
But I hadn't looked at it yet.
Hey, all you cool cats and kittens!
This is from an artist that we both love, and he's actually local from Dallas, Grapevine, I believe, but hung around Dallas. Post Malone.
Yeah,
he did something pretty cool.
He did. Yeah, it's pretty. It's different.
Yeah, it's so Post Malone did a cover of Hootie and the Blowfish's
I only want to be with you.
Yeah. And what was the backstory behind that? It was Pokemon Day or something like that, you said?
Yeah, so if you go on YouTube and watch the video, it was like it was like Pokemon Day or something. He did like a virtual concert. The full concert, air quotes, is like 13 minutes long. It's like a melody of his songs in this one.
Okay.
There's also a full-length like music video to this on YouTube.
Okay, yeah.
And it's a single on downloads.
Yeah.
But you're going to have to turn that back up. And
I'll let you talk. I'll turn it back up.
But like it's him in like the Pokemon world. So he's like 3D, almost looks like a Fortnite character.
Yeah.
I'm just waiting for Post Malone to show up in Fortnite.
Oh my gosh, that'd be great.
And but that's what it looks like. It's just him with the Pokemon and whatnot. So I mean, it was cool for Pokemon Day, and if you're in a Pokemon, but yeah, I love Hootie and the Blowfish.
Oh yeah.
I don't know anyone who doesn't love Hootie and the Blowfish.
Right.
And Darius Rucker as a country artist is slamming anyway.
Yeah, yeah.
And I think I mentioned this before. I'm a fan of covers. Like,
Yeah.
I like seeing people do different renditions of popular or good songs.
Yeah. As long as it's done right. Yeah.
Right.
Done well, it's
Yeah.
always great.
And this one, and that actually, there's a little melody in it that plays on the original Pokemon Game Boy game, like the music for the Game Boy game.
Yeah.
He put a little bit of that in like the little beat, like whatever
Yeah.
he's working with there.
That's cool.
And then he changed the lyrics on one of them, where it normally says, what does it say? Oh, I can't remember the original. You already went past where
Did
it
I?
does it, but it basically
He says it again at the end.
Yeah, I don't know if we'll get to the end
Yeah.
while we're talking. She makes me cry or whatever? He said, and the Cowboys make me cry. But there's nothing I can do.
Yep.
So he changed it to Cowboys, which is pretty funny. But yeah, Post Malone. Covering Hootie's I Only Want to Be With You.
Fresh track of the week. You guys go check that out. Super fresh.
So
fresh that I hadn't even checked it out yet. Chuck came in here talking about it. So
man, I'm coming in hot.
This guy, he's over here drinking double hazy IPAs and bringing music features.
I have to overcompensate. I shit the bed last week, so here I am. I'm doubling down on
Here
everything.
Here he is.
And with that, I'm going to
job security.
I told Cody this part was the dumbass award.
Yeah.
I guess we can award a dumbass trophy, but it's just like a PSA, like don't be a dumbass. Around here, we had the snowcalypse, whatever, Snovid, the snow, ice, all that.
Snowmageddon.
Snowmageddon, that's what it is.
Yeah.
That's what I was looking for. And of course, that makes the ground soft.
Yes.
Not as bad as the rain, but soft.
Yeah.
And a couple of days after the snow and all that, it actually rained hard for like 3 days.
Yeah.
Ground is soppy.
Yep.
Nasty, just like a swamp.
Yep.
Don't be a dumbass. Sunday, we took the kids to the aquarium and out to eat. Like we took them to Dallas, to, like hang out and do stuff with them.
Downtown. That's like downtown Dallas.
Well, we went to the one in Grapevine, so we went. All the way.
Cool, nice.
It's at the mall. The Grapevine Mall.
Okay. Oh,
They got a little aquarium there, and we tried to get in Rainforest Cafe. It was a 3-hour wait.
Oof.
Not
with kids.
That mall was crowded.
You ain't waiting 3 hours with kids.
Anyway, on the way there, I noticed this, and even on the way here, there was a big wreck or whatever on an interstate, and I passed 3 vehicles in this condition. Especially around here, it has snowed.
Yep.
Iced, and then followed up with rain for 3 days, all about in a week.
Oof.
Don't be the dumbass that tries to cut out of a wreck on the interstate and drive through the ditch. Especially if you're driving a Ford Focus.
Holy crap, dude!
You are not going to make it.
Now that you mention it, I saw a lot of cars just stuck in ditches.
I passed 3 on the way here tonight, one was in the process of getting.
That's probably where I saw them.
There's a wreck or something. I never made it to accident before I saw it, and it was even past. But
that's a good point.
I passed 3 cars, and actually, one of them was even better because I yelled, "Ha ha!" like that kid on The Simpsons, "Ha ha!" Dumbass, because he had I saw him make the move.
Yeah.
I saw him get stuck as I was driving by, and I saw his tires spinning as I was driving by. And then a little bit later, it was a guy getting towed, and a little bit later, it was one just sitting there.
Wow.
And I saw that on Saturday, too. Same thing.
Jeez.
Same thing.
Yeah.
If
definitely
the ground is that wet,
definitely if you're driving a Ford Focus,
you are not going to make it in a little sedan.
What was it? Well, no, it doesn't matter who it was.
You're barely going to make
it. You're a dumbass.
You're barely going to make it in a 4x4 truck.
Mm-hmm.
Barely. Your 98 Ford Ranger ain't making it through this stuff.
No.
It's
soft.
It's soft.
Yeah.
SAWFT.
For reference, my entire backyard, especially the muddy portions, have nothing but dog footprints, all like embedded
your
in
dog
them.
Is nasty.
Ew, he's disgusting. He's been sleeping in the cage.
Well, I just went
for the
outside
past week.
A minute ago, and he's like rolled around in a mud pile.
Oh
somewhere.
yeah. We usually let him just sleep, wherever in the house or up on a couch or whatever on the bed sometimes. No, he hadn't been sleeping anywhere but the cage for the past week.
So I'm
it's
just saying, I know
nasty.
you want to get out of a wreck and get out of traffic, but it's one thing if it's dry, but you're not going to make it
No.
when it snowed, ice, and then rained for 3 days. I mean, rained.
Yeah.
And but that dude, that capped it when I saw that dude's tired spinning. He was just sitting there. I was like, you deserve it.
Yeah. Yeah. Good try.
So anyway, Dumbass Awards. Go ahead. If you want to get your little Toyota Corolla through a huge ass ditch
Yeah, have fun
after
with
a
that.
3-day rain, go for it. I'll be here to laugh at you.
Well, Chuck, let's pay some bills real quick. This is your friendly reminder to go to beardsupply.com.
Can I pump some juice in it? I'm gonna take.
Yeah.
Can I hijack this?
Go for
Okay,
it. Yeah.
look, I'm doubling down. This is good. I'm all
Look at
in.
this guy.
Overcompensating. I'm ready, dude. I've been ready. I've been
Love it.
dying to get
Take
on
it
this
away,
mic
please.
for 3 weeks.
Please
Okay,
take it away.
So here we go. Interactive ad. If you're like me, and actually if you're watching the video, we might even do a screenshot or whatever. I'm not wearing a hat. It's because I got a haircut today.
Ooh.
This is like the first haircut I've gotten since Christmas. My friends got a Snapchat of me last week, and my hair was standing up. It was wild. My beard's out of control.
I did see that.
And I was starting to look like a hobo. So much, in fact, that my wife told me, you have got to go get a haircut and get your life together because you're just working from home, not leaving the house because of the snow and the cold. You're melting into nothing. So today, I got that haircut.
Looks good.
It does.
Looks great.
But I also said my beard is getting rough, so I got to follow the haircut up. Got to complete the package with getting the beard fixed, cleaned,
Nice.
and shapened up.
Nice.
And what am I going to use to do that?
You know.
I'm getting those beard supply goods.
Yes.
I got the soap for the shower, rubbing that soap, that milky smooth lather soap, all up on my face and beard while I'm in the shower. Rinse that sucker off. Hop up, pat it dry just a little bit. A little damp, a little dry. What do? Bam, bam, bam! Put some oil in my hands. Rub that sucker all up in my beard and face.
Let's go.
Smells nice. Looks nice. Rub a little comb through it. Get it all straightened. Get that oil distributed evenly.
Man.
And then I'm like, hey, oh yeah, I feel good. Then my wife says, hey, we're going out to meet friends. We're going out for dinner. Oh, okay. I need to look extra sharp. I'm gonna get a little bit of that beard balm.
Okay.
Get a little fingernail, thumbnail
A
scoop of it.
little dollop.
Yep.
There
Rub
you
it
go.
in those fingers. Get it in there. Get that beard. Get that comb going. Lay it down smooth, looking fresh.
Nice.
Boom. Hobo status over.
Dang, Chuck. Dang.
Get
Chuck.
on beardsupply.com. Just because we're moving in the spring does not mean you don't need to take care of your beard and face. Beardsupply.com has all the goods. 20% off all oils if you use the code MDC Podcast.
That's right. 20% off any beard oil.
All lowercase. MDC Podcast.
That's right. And you guys stay tuned. Nice, Chuck.
Thank you.
You guys stay tuned. We have a big giveaway coming up very, very soon.
For Beard Supply.
And a nice little spring release is coming as well. I'll leave it at that. But you can find all of that at beardsupply.com. If you're not subscribed, like I said, we got a huge giveaway coming up. The biggest giveaway, the best giveaway we've ever done in the history of Beard Supply. So you don't want to miss it. And just in case, or just to make sure and ensure that you don't miss it, go to beardsupply.com, subscribe to our newsletter. You'll get the email, and you'll get all the information coming very soon.
The latest MDC podcast.
That's right. Beardsupply.com, beard care for a wild life.
Bam!
Nice, Chuck. I did. As soon as I opened that door, I was like, dang, Chuck, looking fresh today.
It's amazing. Well, you saw the picture I sent out where I
did.
It was the middle of an afternoon.
In fact,
I hadn't got out of my PJs pretty much. I was in my jogging pants, my jogging pants, athletic pants, shirt. Yeah. Hair was pretty much like I rolled out of bed, and my beard was looking cray. I think even in my announcement last week about what happened, I even said I look like a hobo.
You're the poster child of this pandemic and all of the shenanigans that has happened after it and during it and all that.
I'm losing my mind.
Yeah.
And that comes to the Snovid
Yes.
and the snowpocalypse.
You ready?
Yeah.
Let's dive in.
I'm ready. And I say that leads into it because that pretty much broke me.
Yeah.
Like, mentally.
Yeah.
Like, it's the quarantines, the lockdowns, the COVID, the mask, all that. We've been dealing with it for a year.
Yeah.
And then we get hit with you legit can't go anywhere because you're snowed in and you live in Texas.
In Texas. Unheard of in how many years? Do you know that number? I heard it so many times I forgot now, but
this is, I think it ended up being the worst
it was
winter
1980s.
snow. Well,
was the last really severe snowstorm.
It was like 1899 maybe.
Oh wow!
But I think it ended up being, well, I mean, like as far as record snowfall and like, I think it ended up being the worst snowstorm and winter blast in recorded Texas history.
Wow.
The worst since 1899, I think, at some point.
Wow. That's nuts.
And we didn't get like and I want to clarify, if you're listening outside of Texas and you're making fun of Texas,
please don't make fun of us.
I get it,
It's
but you
unnatural.
also have to understand that we get snow and ice like once every 3 to 4 years. Bad. We
And
don't put tax dollars and funding into preventing that. When it happens, usually it only happens for a day.
Yeah.
And
it's a dusting or less than an inch.
Right. Or
Right.
ice.
Yeah.
Which ice is hard, and I don't like ice.
Yeah.
Like sleet and ice freezing over. It usually only lasts for a day, and it happens every 3 to 4 years. We don't have salt trucks, snow plows, none of that stuff. We don't put money into it. The state of Texas doesn't. That's what I'm talking about. Tax dollars. We don't fund it.
Yeah.
Our houses aren't built for it.
Right.
We don't have basements like up north.
Yep.
We have attics, and a lot of our
storm
piping,
cellars for tornadoes for sure.
Right, but I mean,
it.
but if you
It's
go up
cold as
north,
shit
they
down
have
there.
Basements.
Yeah.
They build into the ground.
Yeah.
We
True.
build up like a lot of our piping and wiring and stuff goes through our attics.
Yeah.
A lot of our furnaces and ACs are in the attic.
Yeah.
We're not structurally or infrastructure, roadways and stuff like that, and buildings and house-wise to deal with snow and ice.
True.
For an extended period of time. And it came down. And you legit couldn't go anywhere.
Yeah.
We're not built for it, so every business closed.
Yeah. It was pretty much just like everybody knew it was coming. I don't think really knew how severe it was going to be. Obviously there was, we'll talk about it, the whole electricity and power situation, but I think everybody for the most part knew it was coming but didn't realize how significant it was going to be. So everybody hunkered down.
Well,
everybody
they
hunkered
always
down
say
and was
it's
ready to
coming,
go.
and then,
but like nobody knew the whole power situation.
I mean,
was
it
gonna happen.
lasted for like once it started snowing.
Yeah.
That lasted for what, 2 or 3 days?
Yeah.
And then it froze.
Yes. Yep.
And like it was legit a full week, 7 days, Sunday through Saturday, where there was snow and ice on the ground.
Yeah. Entire week off of school.
Yeah, because we're not built for it. Like, especially a historic storm like this. And also, Texas has the, I don't know, I'll air quote, luxury of having their own power grid. We don't, in true Texas fashion, we don't like to rely on other people, so we have our own power grid.
Yeah.
Power grid is not built for it. We had rolling blackouts, which meant a lot of people went without power. They would kill the power to the grid for hours at a time.
Yeah.
In my town, it was usually, I think, I was lucky enough where I'm on the same grid as a fire station, so they wouldn't cut off power to like hospitals, police stations, fire stations.
Right.
Eventually they did because So when they started, it would be like out for 2 or 3 hours, cut on for an hour.
Yeah.
Out for 2 or 3 hours, cut on for an hour.
Yeah.
And then I think like whoever runs the power said the state of Texas is not doing enough. You got to cut out more. And then for 24 hours, we were like an hour on, hour off.
Man.
It wasn't bad. I mean, we had a fireplace. Like it wasn't terrible.
Yeah.
It was just inconvenient.
We were fortunate enough to not lose power or water the entire time. Our pipes never froze.
We had that. Our pipes. We didn't suffer any consequences.
Really? Okay.
Like pipes
That's
didn't
good.
freeze. Now I did go wrap them and stuff. Like
Yeah.
the
So
faucets and stuff.
So we did. That's what me and my wife did do. We prepped like crazy. Wrapped what we needed to wrap, closed off whatever we needed to close off, and did what we needed to do to keep the pipes from freezing. We live in a pier and beam, so
yeah, and that's what I was worried about. I know a couple people that are on pier and beam. And
yeah,
it could get rough.
Well, see, and there's in pier and beams. There's vents all around the house on the base. So I made covers for those vents, and I just with like hooks, and I hang the covers on them.
Nice.
So it keeps the air from going in under the house.
Remember to take those covers off.
True. Yes. Yeah. Yeah. And I do forget that every spring. I'm like, oh, those covers are still on. I need to take them off. But we're fortunate enough, and not only that, the reason we didn't lose power is because we're on the same grid. We're literally a block away from the police station. So I assume that's the reason we didn't lose power. But we were fortunate, thank goodness,
Well,
with 4 kids and all that.
My in-laws, they lost water because they have that froze up. Now, I didn't bust or nothing because they have the tankless like water heater.
Yeah,
but it would freeze like the little valve thing. Like there's like a safety switch or something that would freeze up.
Wow.
So we would have to go. We went out there to play in the snow. They have a lot of land. We would drive out there to let the kids play in the snow.
Yeah.
But me and my father-in-law, we'd be out there. I know one time I had to go out there with like a blowtorch, and we're just like heating up the box. So it would thaw out. So all it needs is a little water to go through and kick on. My parents, like my mom and my stepdad, they got in rough shape because their gas meter on the outside, like they started losing heat.
Oh,
their gas, and they were on the same grid as us, so they weren't without power. But when the power started kicking on and off, during that time, their like gas meter outside froze and like busted or something.
Oh wow!
So they had to get the gas company out there to replace the meter.
Yeah.
Then when they did that, they couldn't get the furnace back on. Come to find out, during that time they were without the heat, the switches on the furnace froze, so they couldn't. So they had to thaw out again. They could do like a blowtorch and a heater to thaw out the switches. I mean, it got down to like I think 50 in their house.
Yeah,
I think. So temperature didn't take long to drop. I mean, we were legit in negative.
Yeah, there was one morning where we woke up and it was I think it read -3 in some places around us. It was -1 here, but my dad's place was like out where they live is like -3.
But
that's crazy.
Yeah,
that's cold.
And it was fun. Like the first day or two, like we take the kids out. My kids hated it.
Yeah.
Like
we had fun on the last day right before the snow melted. My kids finally warmed up because the weather was starting to warm up, so it wasn't as cold outside. So we went and had fun in the snow. But the days prior to, they lasted
the first
5 minutes.
The first snow day, the wind was blowing so hard that our kids were done.
Yeah, it was cold.
In like 10 minutes.
It was legit cold.
Then the next day we played longer, but like one time it was like the last full day or whatever, and I was like, "Hey, we're gonna go and play in the snow," and they were like, "Can we stay inside for like 10 more minutes?" I was like, "Okay." Our kids are over it. And I love winter.
Oh, I loved it.
And I love when it snows. It was awesome, but like I'm good with our Texas snows for a day or two, and you're good, and you're back to normal. The week, it like you couldn't go anywhere. If you didn't have groceries, you couldn't go get groceries.
Yeah.
And it was just
it's nuts.
I was done. Like between COVID 2020
Yeah.
and the snowstorm, I'm over all of it. Like I can't no more.
And there were people that had it far worse than we did.
Yes,
you
yeah,
know,
yeah.
Like they were out. Didn't have electricity for days almost.
And pipes
Some
busting.
people died. Yeah, I mean the damage that all the pipes busting all over the place. Just like, I mean, we were fortunate. You guys were fortunate. But there was a lot of crazy stuff that was going on.
But even
across the state,
it was. I couldn't. When the power would go out, it would be like not a full meltdown in our house, but it was like it kind of sent you back in time a little bit. It was like my kids didn't know what to do because they couldn't.
I was hoping that would happen to us, so that my kids would just like be forced.
They couldn't, and they're not. Mine aren't really fully old enough to understand, but I mean, they couldn't get on the internet. We couldn't watch movies.
Right.
We couldn't. We had to literally, when the power would go out, like our phones wouldn't work because I guess our cell tower was on the same. So we wouldn't. We could be able to text and call, but we still couldn't get on YouTube or we couldn't entertain. So we would literally just sit around. I mean, we played with toys.
Figure it out.
But
yeah.
Luckily, we had a fireplace and it didn't last long. It was like. I'm over it. Like, I'm between 2020 and all that. Like I'm ready for spring. I'm ready for summer, which normally does not come out of my mouth. I'm ready for a reason to go outside.
Yeah, absolutely, dude.
And do stuff.
That, for the most part, is what's also killing me. Is not just being out there outside doing things. You know, like I think the only thing we have done to get outside is go play golf. And that's pretty much it.
Yep.
That's really my yard golf is really COVID friendly. Other than that, you can go camping, but that's pretty much it.
My yard and back patio is still got shit everywhere from like playoff football watching.
Yeah.
Like because I didn't want to get out there in the cold and clean it up. Not trash and all that, but I mean I got like chairs everywhere. Golf balls all over my backyard. There's some toys out there. Like normally I pick everything up and put it up.
Right.
I was just like, no, I ain't dealing with it. And the next day when I was like, no, I still ain't dealing with it.
Yeah.
And now it's just been sitting out there.
Just save it for spring cleaning. You'll get that little.
It's coming, and I'm looking forward to it.
Same.
But it just mentally, it was like I said. My wife told me, you are just like I don't know what you're doing. You work from home. You don't really go anywhere because you can't.
Oh man.
You won't get haircuts. Your beard's out of control.
That's funny.
And my response was, well, at least I'm taking a shower and brushing my teeth every day. Now, do I get in PJs and basketball shorts? Yes. But at least shower and brush my teeth. But yeah.
Dude, I hear you.
I have heard
it's rough.
You've let yourself go a couple times in the last couple weeks.
Oh, no.
And I want to punch those people.
You're not the only one, Chuck. I can guarantee you that. It's happening across the board. I think everybody has had enough. But I think there is a light at the end of the tunnel, and we're slowly getting there.
Yeah. We're
maybe quicker than we know.
Free.
We're free.
As of today,
we're free.
Next Wednesday, we're free. We are a free state. We can do what you want.
Great state of Texas. I mean, Texas is just bipolar as fuck. Beep.
You don't have to put the beep in there. I will put it in there.
I know. I just said it.
Yeah. So because one person said you're free to do what you want, you're free to do what you want.
Yeah.
We'll see how that turns out. No, I really don't care either way. Like I am anticipating, can't wait for not wearing masks and not stuff being like I'm ready to go. I've now gotten to the point where I am like ready. It hasn't hit me because I'm not a real go places guy.
Yeah.
But I want to go to a brewery.
You probably realize that you are more of a go places kind of guy than you thought you were.
No, it's just at first I was like, this is great. I have a reason to stay home.
I was built for this, right?
Yeah.
Type thing.
Exactly.
Yeah. That's what my wife always says. She's like, I was built for this.
It's now got to the point where like I want to go places.
Mm-hmm.
I don't want to wear a mask anymore. I want to be able to like Saturday was awesome.
Yeah.
We got to take the kids. Now, we had to wear a mask and
Right.
sanitizer and social distance, but we took them to the aquarium. We went out to eat. Like,
Yeah.
it's like, man, this is great.
Yeah. Miss this.
Yes.
Right? Yeah.
And with everything, I want to be back to normal.
Yeah. I think we're getting closer for sure.
And I mean, I'm good. I just need everyone else to get on the same page because I got that super shot, so I'm good.
I think that's why Governor Abbott did what he did for the state of Texas, because Texas has kind of been like the front runner and throughout this entire thing, right?
Good and bad.
Good and bad, yeah. But has consistently been the front runner, whether it's been good or bad. This would probably be on the bad side. Most people look at it that way. I've seen a lot of backlash already, but like restaurants are like, I'm sorry, but no masks, no service, no exceptions.
I saw
type
one
thing.
funny tweet from KT from 97 won the Eagle, and he said when it was announced, and he's a big like vaccine he wants
Science.
to follow the rules.
Yeah.
Get the vaccine, wear the mask.
Right.
And when that was announced, his tweet was, and excuse the language if you're listening, he was like, Texas just ejaculated in their pants before they even picked up their date.
I love it.
So that's a lot of what I saw. I saw a couple people were like, yeah, awesome, but for the most part, it was even a couple people that were like, I'm not wearing a mask, I'm not doing that. Even they were like, don't know. Like, oh no, rubber meets the road. Now you want to be in?
It'll be interesting. Of course, you're gonna have pushback regardless, but
I'm ready to go back to normal, but I want it to be a functional normal.
Yeah.
I don't want to go. I don't want to go 2 steps forward and 3 steps back.
Yeah, and I can see what he's trying to do. He's just trying to like move everybody forward. Like at some point, you gotta somebody's got to make the decision and say, all right, let's move forward. So let's see. Basically, I think what they're doing is seeing how this plays out.
As long as DC isn't like F Texas, that no one that lives in Texas is getting a stimulus because of this.
Yeah, that would suck.
That would be good.
Yeah.
But like I said, I got my vaccine shot. So
true.
I just want other people to get it.
Chuck, I actually got my first shot Saturday.
My man.
So I jumped in line. I have an underlying condition, so they bumped me up a little bit. And I actually got my first shot Saturday. So
Sweet.
I'm on my way as well. I've already had COVID, so kind of felt good.
We got that going for you.
Felt good about that. I was like, all right, that the chances of me getting it again or whatever are slim, but I'm totally for the shot. So went and got the shot Saturday, and yeah, was kind of down. The next 2 days, just really exhausted.
Right. That's
pretty much it.
Did.
Yeah. I'm a little concerned about the second one, but
I
we'll
got
see
the
how that
worst
plays
horror
out.
story for the second one.
I know, you've told me.
Most people I know didn't react that way.
Yeah.
It was pretty much just me.
Well, I'm hoping for the best, but I think it's a good thing. And I think everybody should do it. Let's all move forward. And I think that's kind of what he's getting at. He's like, vaccines are rolling through the state now. And I think he's just really just trying to move everybody forward.
And I think even with that,
so at least give him that,
basically it comes down to be responsible, do what you're comfortable with.
Right.
I would say
let's be Texans about this.
If you can get the vaccine, do it.
Yeah.
But if you don't feel like it, that's fine. Just be responsible and courteous to other people.
And I totally understand like restaurants. That's really where I've seen a lot of pushback. Restaurants, I think you should still be wearing masks because that's a place where a lot of people are gathering. So I think that's no brainer, not a big deal for people to still wear masks walking to a restaurant.
I don't know. It's just
until
the mask part is so weird to me.
I know, but it's become a norm. It's just like you've been doing it. Just keep doing it until everybody's certain or has that warm fuzzy of like, all right.
Now, again, I want to preface this by saying I wear a mask in places where it's expected to wear a mask.
Yeah.
Even where some people don't.
I know.
Sometimes I will, sometimes I won't. But I'm going to say is, it's weird that, in a restaurant setting, for example.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to wear my mask
I know.
into a restaurant.
I know.
Once I get to my table, I can take it off.
Yeah.
Which is what everyone does in the restaurant.
Yeah.
And then, but to walk out, I have to put it back on. Like, there's not a big change.
I know.
Within the atmosphere of the restaurant.
Yeah.
Of walking.
No,
like,
I'm not saying there's not a lot of
I'm just saying,
contradiction there, because there is.
Rules are weird.
It is. It's super weird. I totally agree.
But I'll do it just because.
Right. That's what I'm getting at.
If it concerns other people or they're worried about it, want me to wear a mask, I'm not gonna fight you. I'll put it on.
Basically, what I'm getting at is to minimize what's the word? Confrontation. Just wear the mask. That's what I'm all about.
Cody's way alive.
Yeah.
I'm just like, it's not something I want to fight over. Like, I mean, it's avoiding confrontation. But it's like, I'm not gonna pick a fight over it just because. And also, if someone else is concerned enough, they want to say, "Hey, gotta wear masks here," I'll be like, "Okay, cool.
Yeah.
You're worried about it. I'm not. I'm not gonna pick a fight about it."
Now, if it becomes this situation where like, hey, let's just wear these things for the rest of our lives, then I'm definitely not cool with that and not okay with that.
Now, if I'm like walking down in the park or pumping gas and you want to yell at me to put a mask on, we're gonna have a different conversation.
Right.
But
that's what I'm saying. That hasn't happened yet.
And if you got the time, I'm gonna sit down and explain to you what I really think about the mask and why, my theories on it. Anyways, doesn't matter.
Free state.
We're close. We're so close. I just don't want to screw it up.
Mm-hmm.
And that's my thing. So I'm ready to get back to normal. And
this will be a good way to find out.
We can't get back to normal until most everybody gets back to normal.
Yeah.
So that's where we're at.
I feel you. Chuck, well, we've got a few more things.
Let's do it.
It just so happens to be Texas Independence Day.
You're damn right it is.
And I figured we should just at least acknowledge that, not really go too long on this, but it is Texas Independence Day.
Yep.
This is kind of like a Texas loaded episode, or became that. So
we got Intrinsic, we got Post.
We
got Snowpocalypse, we got Dumbasses.
Yeah.
We got Texas Independence.
We got the Free State, no mask. So it's kind of a Texas loaded episode. So why not? Texas Independence Day, March 2nd, 1836.
Yep.
Texas declared independence from Mexico. Which is crazy to think about that.
We did.
Which is crazy to think about that, because we used to be a part of Mexico, and I don't know. I just love the story of Texas,
and that's also the difference. I don't think a lot of people fully understand between Texas and the rest of the United States is we are the only state,
the Republic of Texas.
A republic.
Yeah,
we were our own thing in between Mexico and the United States.
It's dope, dude.
Which is why the Texas flag can fly at the same height as the United States, and no other flag can.
It's dope.
And why we have that's why it always gets brought up with like COVID and Trump and Biden and all this stuff, the power grid.
Yeah.
We have options that other states don't.
Yeah, absolutely.
Because we, for the main one is I think we're the only state that has the option to ever succeed.
Texas is. I believe Texas is the only one. Yeah.
Because we were a prior republic on our own.
Right.
We weren't a territory that got absorbed or bought. We were our own republic and mutually agreed to join the United States.
It's pretty dope.
That's why when shit hits the fan, like the first response for a lot of people is Texas is out.
Yeah.
And a lot of people have pushed for that before, but that's why it's because we were a republic before.
Republic of Texas.
And I know most people that listen to this in Texas know this already, but we do have listeners outside Texas.
Yeah, absolutely.
And when people talk about Texas and bring it up, they may or may not fully understand why Texas gets brought up this way or why we have a certain pride.
Texas pride is a real thing.
Because we fought for our independence as a republic. And then we were our own thing, and then we mutually agreed to join the union.
And Texas history is a requirement in our education as well. Everybody takes that in I think middle school, roughly.
I think so. Ours, when we went to school, it was seventh grade.
Yeah.
You got Texas history, and 8th grade you got U.S. history.
Which was one of my...
You got Texas history first, and then you got the full United States.
Yeah. One of my all-time favorite classes ever was Texas history. Because you hear names of the Alamo and Jim Bowie, Davy Crockett, of course, William Travis. Those were like key players in the Alamo. And Chuck, you have a little interesting fact about
I do.
right.
So
How that
like
all
growing
started.
up where we grew up in our town where we grew up, all the schools, like all the elementary schools, are named after people involved with the Texas independence.
Okay.
We have Travis. We had Travis Elementary, Lamar Elementary,
Yeah.
Bowie Elementary, Crockett Elementary.
Mm-hmm.
So a lot of most of our elementary schools are
Yeah.
named after Texas Revolution. My birthday, yes, February 23rd is the official beginning of the siege of the Alamo, the Battle of the Alamo, which lasted 13 days.
Mm-hmm.
But February 23rd is the official start. And there's a lot of stuff that happened on the 23rd, but in a nutshell, that's when the army arrived and started setting up shop outside the Alamo.
Yeah.
And they
the Mexican army, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
The Mexican army. Texans were already there. Texans were already there. The defenders were already in the Alamo.
Yeah.
They didn't expect the army to arrive that soon. They did, so they were kind of unprepared and obviously didn't have the manpower.
Yeah.
That was also the day that the Mexicans raised the flag, which meant no quarter, no mercy. We're killing everybody.
Oh, wow.
And in retaliation to that, and might have been some discussion where the Texans sent like a messenger or something to talk to the Mexican army.
This is where that the whole "come and take it" comes from.
Yeah.
The Alamo.
And there's like a whole story behind that cannon.
Yeah, it's great.
That flag.
Yeah.
But
it's not what it has been portrayed to mean nowadays.
Right.
Originally, "come and take it" was
I think
not like "come and take my guns" or "don't come take my guns."
I think "come and take it," that motto and symbolism has expanded to all the United States.
It has.
Texas, it has
a very significant meaning.
Significant and different meaning than what it's been portrayed and used as nowadays.
Mm-hmm.
But the flag actually says "come and take it," and there's a picture of a cannon. There's a whole history behind that cannon. It's pretty much essentially the Mexicans. I mean, if I remember correctly, the Mexicans wanted a fort or a cannon, and Texas basically said, "If you want it, come and get it." Take it.
Yeah.
So anyway, on
great story. Go look that up if you don't know about it.
They raised the flag, said "no quarter, no mercy," and I think they sent a messenger to talk to the Mexican army or whatever, and ended up not going well.
Yeah, led by Santa Anna, right?
Santa Anna.
And
I want to say Bowie was the one that I want to say Bowie, but I could be wrong. Anyways, February 23rd, my birthday. 1836. The Texan defenders fired a cannon shot.
First shot.
First shot
nice.
at the Mexican army, and then the Mexicans retaliated with their own shot, a cannon fire, and then they pretty much just traded cannon fire. And then the next day is when it really popped off.
Huh.
So, my birthday is the start of the Battle of the Alamo and the siege, and where the first shots were fired, and where everything got
pretty cool.
Off.
Pretty cool.
I'll always remember it.
Especially sitting in Texas history.
We were talking about Texas history, and like Alamo was my go-to research paper. We had to we did a 6th grade research paper. It's the Alamo. We did an 8th grade research Alamo. 10th grade Alamo.
I've done
Senior
this.
year Alamo. Like by the end of it, I know way more than I should.
That's awesome.
Not just history, but like alleged history and theories. Like.
Know
a lot about the Alamo, but when I found I love history, when I found out like directly coincided with my birthday, like of course that's freaking awesome.
Caught your attention,
and actually even weirder is that the day I was born, my birth date is exactly 150 years.
Oh wow! From the actual 1836. Yeah. Wow, so, that's crazy.
That's cool.
Yeah.
It's a little cool thing.
You like how it lands that way,
I
huh?
bleed Texas.
It's 150.
It comes through birth, I guess.
Dude, yeah. I mean, Texas pride is a real thing.
It is, and it
really is.
It's if you're from Texas, you live in Texas, you know a Texan.
Yep.
It's different than how it's portrayed.
It is.
There's a lot of significance and pride involved with it. And it's like you said, it's not just like a political thing. It's like it's like a mindset. Like you are bred and raised on a way of living and a mentality,
and
I don't think is reflected elsewhere.
It's been really cool. I listen to Joe Rogan and watch Joe Rogan. It's been really cool to see him. How he's moved from California during the pandemic to Texas, and he paints it really well. He's just like, dude, like you literally just said, it's not really just like a political thing. It is just like it's a mindset. It's just a different way of living. It's a way of living, but it's just a little bit different, and it's just like a mindset. I don't know. It's Texan, so it's crazy.
And you don't fully realize it to experience it, or know someone directly and talk to them. Like it's not a political thing, although it's portrayed that way, and it's not we're just crazy and do whatever we want down here. It's just different, and it comes with, like I said earlier, I think it comes,
and it works
from being on our own before we fought for our forefathers, Texans, fought for their independence, got it. We're big enough and strong enough to do it.
Oh yeah.
And then we're big enough and strong enough to be their own country, essentially.
Yeah.
And then we're like, it's a good idea to join the United States. And now, and also the lingering power of we can walk away whenever we want. If shit hits the fan.
Yeah. It's pretty cool.
And just tack on to like our economy and our land mass.
Yeah.
Like and that's why everyone also brings it up. If Texas were to succeed.
Yeah.
I keep saying succeed. It's hard
to
succeed.
Yeah.
I think we would immediately become like, we're part of the United States, but if we were on our own, we'd still be like a top 10 or top 20 economic power in the world, and armies and people and populate. Like, it's one of like we could be on our own if we wanted to, but so that's always on the table.
And what's crazy is how so many people are moving here. During the pandemic, businesses, corporations, like, kind of building a little powerhouse there, But anyways, happy Texas Independence Day, Chuck. Cheers to Texas. I got a little bit of whiskey here. Texas is a great state.
Love it here.
Love it. Except for when it snows.
Except for the weather. Like the weather pattern.
The weather
we legit
is crazy.
I can't emphasize enough.
It gets hot as shit.
Everything gets covered in ice and snow. So 2 days later, I'm wearing shorts and I'm very comfortable outside.
No kidding. It hit 70.
And everything was gone.
It hit 70. Yeah.
Yeah. 2 days after we're covered in snow, it was 70 degrees. It felt wonderful.
Oh, yeah. That was a great day. I remember that was a Saturday.
So.
Yep. Anyways, happy Texas Independence Day, everyone.
All right, let's do it. Last thing.
All right, Chuck, I got a serious question for you.
Let's do it.
And it plays into this whole Texas loaded episode. What do you prefer? Tex-Mex or Texas barbecue? Legit Texas barbecue? Legit Tex-Mex. If you had to pick, this is where I got stuck. I tried to think of a scenario. I didn't want to be like, if you had to pick one of these for the rest of your life, what's it gonna be? I don't even want to do that. I want to be like, let's say, all right, let's say this. Imagine not having either Tex-Mex or Texas barbecue for a year straight. And then you got the option. Which one are you hitting first? Or which one would you crave? I have a feeling I know what your answer is.
In theory, I could get away with not hitting up the Texas barbecue.
Okay.
I do not think I could go a full year without Tex-Mex.
Yeah.
And I know for a fact if I didn't have either for a year and it said go, I would go to Tex-Mex.
Okay. That's what I figured.
Because like when we go on vacation, like when we go to New York or we go like when I travel.
Yeah.
Sometimes we don't even make it home from the airport before we stop at a Tex-Mex place.
Yeah.
Or we're talking about on the way home how the first meal we're eating when we touch down is Tex-Mex.
Some chips and queso, hot sauce. Oh
yeah,
yeah.
all of it.
Fajitas.
Chimichangas.
Rice. Yeah. I feel you, dude.
And man, you're gonna out me. T-
I'm not. I'm.
well, barbecue. Like I love making it.
Yeah.
I don't like barbecue. When people say barbecue, a lot of people first think, like I think also, is like barbecue sauce.
Yeah. Yeah.
Which I don't care for.
Yeah. Okay.
I'm not a big sauce guy in general on anything. Like buffalo sauce on wings.
Yeah.
Barbecue sauce. It's good, but I don't like my food smothered in it. So
okay.
when someone says barbecue, that's immediately what I think. But like unsauced barbecue food is really good. Like I love it.
Yeah.
Don't get me wrong.
As long as it's not dry, obviously.
I could not live without Tex-Mex.
Tex-Mex, I feel you.
If I had to move somewhere and they didn't have a good Tex-Mex, and I'm not talking about like real Mexican food, like my stepbrother lived in San Diego and he got real Mexican food, like authentic.
Oh yeah.
And he's talking about how good it is. I'm like,
yeah,
no,
California has a lot of good.
I don't
authentic.
want that. Like I know I've had it.
Yeah.
I don't want that. I want Tex-Mex. Is what I want.
It's different.
It's different, and that's what I want. What would you pick?
Same. I would have to. I thought about it before I brought this question up. I was like, man.
Don't get me wrong though. The picture of brisket and sausage and
turkey and beans. Yeah, I know. I feel you. The pickles and onions.
Potato salad, man, dude.
Gosh,
potato salad. You
can't beat that.
So hard in a damn paint.
So hard.
I can't express the love affair I have with potato salad enough.
Dude, in my relationship with potato salad has grown.
Two beeps. Don't fuck it up and make the mayonnaise based potato salad. No,
Oof.
Potato salad is mustard based. It should be yellow. Suck on it.
I dig it straight up. I like a good mustard or even egg.
Because like it's so deceiving though. Because on YouTube, the pictures you got up, the plate on the right, it looks banging.
Oh yeah.
But I know what awaits me on the left.
That plate
on looks alone,
that plate came from
plate on the right,
from the most popular barbecue joint in Texas, which would be Franklin's Barbecue in Austin. Just FYI.
That board on the right is.
That's why it looks banging. I picked the best of the best, but I'm with you. There's no way in hell I could go without Tex-Mex, or that I'm not picking Tex-Mex first after not having either for an entire year. Yeah. For instance, we literally have 3 Tex-Mex joints downtown, a block away. 3 different, all like walking distance from each other. I mean, that's how much Tex-Mex I think means to Texas, obviously, and it's different. It's different from something you would get like in California, which is like authentic Mexican food. Right. Tex-Mex is different. It's just a really nice, perfect blend of Texas and Mexico, right?
I guess. I don't know what it is. It's magic.
More Mexico heavy, but like, man, I don't know. It's magic.
It's its own thing.
It's its own thing.
It's its own thing.
It is. It really is. I'm with you though. I would pick Tex-Mex for sure. Yeah, dude, that's it. That's all I got.
That is it for this episode of Modern Dude Chatter. We're happy to be back. We're happy to get the wrinkles ironed out.
Yeah, bear with us. Hey, shout out to Patreon.
Yep.
Our patron listeners. Again, if you guys are willing to help us out, if you listen to this podcast and you want to support us in the little least bit, $2, $5, $10 a month, we'll take it. It goes right back into the podcast and helps us promote it, or just kind of
we'll
hand you guys some things.
We got some new stuff coming out.
We do, dude. I can't wait to show it.
We got
created, and I want to go ahead and say created by a listener who is also a patron contributor.
Yeah, and this person is actually, and we will release all the information when it's all said and done. But they happen to one of our listeners, and actually, ironically, he's not in Texas. Is a like graphic design person.
Yeah,
does that for a living, and we got some new. Not going to replace our podcast logo like on your podcast platforms, but as far as like stickers, merch stuff. We got a few different logos in the process. We already got 2 back. We got 2 more on the way, and I'm excited. They look dope. But that's
They're
part
awesome.
of what like the Patreon program goes to is stuff like that, like paying to get equipment.
Yeah.
In this case, logos. We're getting the merch. Like, we got some stuff coming up. We're excited about, but that's what Patreon
Heck yeah.
kind of goes to funding.
Yeah. If you guys like this podcast and enjoy listening to it, support us if you can. If not, that's totally fine too. Listen. But $2, $5, $10, that's all it takes. And we'll take it and, like I said, turn it right back around and give you some awesome stuff in return. So patreon.com.
Search Martin Dude Chat.
Yep.
And dude, holler at us on social media. You can find us anywhere. I'm usually on Twitter at Modern Dude Chat.
Has Twitter died yet?
Across the board, huh?
Has Twitter died yet?
Not yet.
Okay, cool.
I don't think anyone's gonna pay for Twitter, honestly. But
that's a developing story. We'll be back with that.
I usually run the Twitter page. I'm usually, if I'm active, if Modern Dude Chat's active on Twitter, that's usually me.
That's Chuck.
We got Instagram, which we both kind of manage, but Cody's the Instagram savvy. I'm not.
Yeah.
We both kind of operate in Facebook, and then YouTube. We got YouTube videos up. We got unboxings. We got episodes. We're gonna have clips and stuff. So find us across the board at Modern Dude Chat. Holler at us, comment, like and just taking 5 seconds to like something or share it goes a long way.
Huge.
With the algorithms and how we are seen outside of our scope and get followers and stuff like that, or get people to see the podcast more.
We're just out here trying to have fun, guys. I mean, just drop us a like.
Too. We're hustling.
We're
We
hustling.
want to have fun, and we want to interact with our listeners. Like, don't be afraid to add us or holler at us at Modern Dude Chat, or individually,
or jump in a Fortnite squad with us. I mean,
dude,
hey, we're down.
I'm gonna release. I need more Fortnite friends. We're gonna talk about Fortnite one episode. And we're gonna put our handles up and stuff because I need more Fortnite friends.
Same.
But yeah, dude, we want to interact. We want to talk. We want to discuss like all that at Modern Dude Chat across the board. And if you want to holler at us individually or point us out something or be like, hey, Chuck, you are a dumbass. You can find
You look like a hobo.
You look like a hobo, but you look fine now. Thanks for those beard supply suggestions. No, you can find me at Modern Chuck.
Cody Murph, CODYMERF. Hit us up.
We will catch y'all next time.
Peace, mother truckers.